Hey, what's going on, people? Um, Today I want to come and share with you just a couple quick things or whatever that's been on my mind. I've been feeling this in my spirit for a little while now. So I just felt like I should come through and share it with you. Um, soon as I can get my camera to act right. It just do not want to act right today, like at all. It doesn't. Okay. I was just too bright. I'm sorry. I was too bright. But as I was reading through my comments, someone, I'm not gonna read the person's name, but someone had made a comment on the "Doesn't Really Matter" video, which was about Barack Obama being referred to as black, and why do people read so deep into the fact that he is half black and half white, and why do they make a big fuss about him being referred to as a black man? As I stated in my last video, Barack Obama is considered a black man because he is considered a minority. When you look at um, percentages and the way that the United States or America in general is broken up into groups, you'll find that there's a certain percent that are considered the Caucasian or white group, and then you'll see the percentage which are minorities, which consists of Native American, Asian, Hispanic, and Black. If you are biracial, for instance, you are considered a minority because you have one of those four races mixed within you that makes you not fully white. So you're no longer a part of the Caucasian percentage or group that make up this country. Um, that's just a little fact for you because I read up on it, and that plays a big part in it, being the fact that if I had a child with someone who was white, 9 out of 10, because of the fact that I'm mixed, my child may or may not come out darker complected, but it would have traits that would most likely show that that child, he or she may not be fully white. It would not come out looking, it may or may not look like a full blown white child. My aunt, when she was born, she had blue eyes and freckles and red hair, but her mother was black, her father was black. But because of the bloodline, it skipped a couple of generations, and that's why my aunt came out looking like a white girl. So, um, just like with twins, my sister had twins in her family. She never had twins, but one of her kids may, because of how the bloodline works, and genetics. So, but that's off topic. Um, but yeah, people, that's all I was saying was that, Barack Obama would be considered a minority because of the fact that not only does he physically look like a black man, but because of the fact that he is mixed and not fully white, he does not fit into the white percentage of what makes up America. Um, he does not fit in that group. That goes for anyone else who is a minority, who is mixed. As I also said in my last video, I'm biracial just like him, but I also have white in me just like him. So does that mean that I'm all white because I have white in me? No, it is not. So why is it that Barack Obama can't be black? Because he does look black and he is considered a minority. So why is it so wrong to call him such? You know what I'm saying? Why is it so wrong to refer to him as such? Um, I have Irish in me. My great grandfather was Irish. My grandmother is half Irish. Why is it that when people say that I'm white, I don't get offended because part of me is white. But at the same time, I'm not considered white because I have more than well, I have like 5 different races that make up who I am. The more dominant being black because my mother's black or whatever. She has other things mixed in her side of the family as well, but predominantly black. And my father, other than the fact that his mother is half white, which is the Irish part, his father was black. So most of what I'm made up of is black, and that's why I look the way I do. Um, but onto the comment that was left. The comment that he left was, "Do you see the glass half empty or half full? As a person, a person is a product of the environment in which they were raised, not what color their skin happens to be." And I wrote him back and wrote him some shit, and then he He came back at me. He was like, "It makes no difference if his complexion was green. Just remember, he was raised by a white mother and a white grandmother." Now, I have a problem with that statement. Those statements. Um, I feel like not only is it very racist of him to be like, "Oh well, he was raised by a white mother and a white grandmother," which he wrote in caps lock. By you saying that, are you trying to say that if he had been raised by a black mother and a black grandmother, that he wouldn't turn out the way he did? Are you trying to say that if he were raised by his father people, that maybe he wouldn't be president or he would not be successful? What does his mother being white have to do with the fact that he is a fucking 44 president of the United States and he happens to be successful? His kids are black, his wife is black. What does his mother being white have to do with who he is now? And let me also say this: where I come from, we used to play around needles in the street. Okay, shootouts. I was woken up plenty of nights by gunshots that were within uh, uh, um, a 2 block radius from my house. Okay, or less. My cousin got shot right down the street from me, right on the corner from my house. Um, I have been in plenty fights. I never started a fight, but I've been in plenty fights. Um, I have seen a lot of people get beaten up to the point where they had to be hospitalized. I have seen people um, get into car accidents. I have um, seen people being racially profiled and discriminated against. I have seen people being discriminated against for their sexual orientation. I have um, I have seen people sell drugs. I have seen people use drugs. I lived in an area where things like this were normal, and you had to be tough or keep to yourself in order to survive. And yet, still, I graduated with honors. Class of 2008, I'm a freshman in college studying psychology as my major. I'm a B student. I work full time, working 35 to 40 hours a week. I do not wear my pants half off my ass. I'll always look neat and presentable. Though I use some slang terms and though I do curse sometimes, I know how to speak proper English and I do know I am very educated and I carry myself as such. I am very capable of walking into a room full of Wall Street heads or whatever you want to call it. I'm very capable of walking into the room and making my presence known just by my vocabulary alone. So if you want to say that I'm a reflection or a product of the environment in which I was raised, you'd be wrong. Um, so unless you can answer that question for me, then I think that you should either clarify what you said or rephrase what you said or just not say it at all because that was very ignorant for you to say that. Because I speak for a lot of other people when I say that I am not in any way, shape, or form a product of where I came from. Only a product of what I've been raised and how I've been raised. And I've been raised pretty damn well. Um, so that's all when it comes down to it. It's about how you've been raised, who raised you. Were you raised by the right people, the right parents, um, in the right areas? Not all the time. I've seen some people come out from the projects and they're coming up in the world, or they've come up in the world. They're very successful people, and they used to live in the slums of New York. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about where you live, but it's about how you're raised and how your parents provided for you, regardless of what you've been around or been exposed to. So yeah, people, please answer that question for me. Do you believe or do you agree with what he's saying or she's saying when when he or she says that you are a product or a reflection of the environment in which you were raised, or do you believe that it's up to the parents um, and how you were raised that makes you who you are? Get back to me. So y'all be blessed.